Gardaí this morning have officially confirmed they're treating the deaths of three people in County Louth yesterday as an ongoing homicide investigation, and the Gardaí have appealed for information in relation to the incident. Our reporter Jessica Woodlock is standing by now at Garda station in Drogheda to fill us in on what's going on.
So Gardaí have just held their first official press conference in relation to the deaths of these three family members. As you mentioned there, they are now officially describing this as a homicide investigation. They've also confirmed now in the last few minutes that Mark, Louise and Evan O'Connor died violently, and they've released the details of what exactly transpired yesterday.
Shortly before 10 a.m. yesterday, Monday the 29th of September 2025, Gardaí received a call at a domestic residence at Drumgowna, Tallanstown in County Louth. On arrival at the house, uniformed Gardaí discovered three persons deceased. Mark O'Connor, aged 54, Louise O'Connor, aged 56, and their son, Evan O'Connor, aged 27. The O'Connor family are very well known and respected family. They are very good neighbours and friends and an integral part of the local community in Drumgowna, but also in the extended area across the counties of Louth and Monaghan. Shortly after the Gardaí arrived at the house yesterday morning, other Gardaí responding arrested a male nearby, aged in his 30s, in connection with this homicide incident. The male is currently detained at a Garda station in the Louth area under Section 4 of the Criminal Justice Act 1984. And Garda Síochána are not looking for any other person at this juncture in connection with this investigation. And finally, I would appeal to anybody who has not come forward yet or who has not spoken to Garda Síochána yet to come forward and talk with the investigation team.
What we do know so far is that these three family members did die violently, and they were dead by the time Gardaí arrived to the house yesterday. Forensic teams were in and out of the house, and we know there was intensive searches throughout the day. Last night then, there was a number of media and locals and neighbours around the area that had been cordoned off, and we saw then the bodies being taken. And Gardaí have confirmed now this morning that these bodies of Mark, Louise and their son Evan were taken to Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital here in Drogheda, and they'll be subject to a post-mortem today.
Do we know when the post-mortem will be carried out and when we will have news of what is found?
So we do know that that will happen today, and the state pathologist is also expected to attend Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital here in Drogheda. I suppose the biggest line from the Gardaí this morning is that this was a violent death, and obviously very, very tragic. 54-year-old Mark O'Connor, 56-year-old Louise O'Connor, and their son, 27-year-old Evan O'Connor. They've been named locally, and Gardaí described them as very well known. And Pat, that's very much the impression I got from the scene yesterday. Locals just expressed shock throughout the day, and Gardaí have said they've set up a family liaison officer for extended family, and indeed, they've also said they will be providing support to the local area where they lived. And speaking, just as I mentioned at that press conference, Andrew Waters said, you know, this family were very well known in the area, and they'd attend events. They were very much involved in the community. We know 54-year-old Mark O'Connor was an avid runner. He would attend the park runs here in Louth. And his wife Louise was very involved in charity and had been fundraising for Gaza in recent weeks as well. So a very, very tragic story from Louth today. Pictures and social media posts showed the couple, Mark and Louise, celebrating just 33 years of marriage just a couple of weeks ago, and they'd also paid off their mortgage in the last few months. So a very tragic situation.
Very tragic indeed, and we'll hear more of the arrested man and whether he's released or charged later on in the day.